Today I want to have a heart-to-heart. But first, this episode is brought to you by my book, Real Estate Prospecting. Pick it up on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles. I want to talk to you about debt, taxes, getting it together so you can make it happen. Listen, a lot of you aren't doing enough. A lot of you are not focused on money producing activities. A lot of you aren't producing on relationship building activities, the long term of this business, not just the short term. A lot of you just aren't performing the right actions to make it happen. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you, and I have this document if you need it, but you can follow along too. I call it the process. And in the process, I simply outline what is my goal. I want to get as specific as possible. And I want you to get as specific as possible because it creates clarity. When you create clarity, you have direction. You know exactly what to do for the day, for the week, for however long it is. Now, the process says, hey, let's get specific about the goal. If I know I'm in debt, if I know I owe taxes, if I know that I'm not doing well financially, part of that is going to come back to me and say, well, how am I doing mentally? How am I doing internally, emotionally, physically? What can I do first to get me going in the right direction there? And for me, it goes back to the evening and the morning routine, right? The day starts the day before, meaning let's plan this out. Let's review what we're going to do. Let's make sure we are telling ourselves the things that are going to get us where we want to get to, right? Affirmations, incantations, whatever you want to call them. What about gratitude? Let's guide yourself through being grateful for what you do have. What is it? What are you grateful for? Health, family, some business, some clients? What? The choice that you have? What is it? Get a little clearer. Then exercise. Get moving, walking, and be present where you're at. Because the amount of energy you put into whatever you're going to put into is what you're going to get out of it. And you should be putting a lot of energy into this. This is what it's about. It's about taking action in the right direction. So the process starts with, tell me, let's get specific for finances here. What does this look like? How much do you want to make? Let's go with that. I want to make, let's say, $250,000. That's how much you want to make. How are you going to get there? I want to make $50,000. I want to make $150,000. Well, let's get specific. What are your talents? See, we often start with, well, what is that person doing over there? What's working over there? I don't really care, and neither should you. You should start with, what are you great at already? And we've gone through this before, but I'm asking you now, what are you great at? What are you amazing at? More than most people. You have a strong presence on social. You can connect with people in person. What is it? I want you to know what that is. Outline it because that's part of the plan of getting to your $100,000 a year, your $250,000 a year. So for you, gonna get specific, ask why. Why is this important to me? Gets me out of debt? Yes, true. But what else? Does it make me feel like I'm actually achieving what I want to achieve? It gives me internal value. It gives me confidence. It makes the people around me proud. My mother, my father, my spouse, my children, whatever. What does it internally do for you emotionally? What does that look like? That's important. Because now you're going to go into, well, what are the 3 things I need to do? Now, what are the strategies I'm going to take to achieve this one big process? And I have the document, so if you need it, just let me know. It's called The Process. And I just filled it out with one of my agents, and we broke it down for him. Now, for you, if we're going to break it down, I say probably your sphere. Sphere is going to be one strategy. Second strategy, you could say, well, what about social media? Great. Third strategy, what about open houses? Let's just say you went that route, those 3. Sphere, social, open houses. Now with sphere, you're going to say, well, what are the things I can do now to get going? What are the 3 action steps that I can take under sphere? Well, number 1, I'm going to write handwritten notes. I'm going to outline the handwritten notes that are going out. How many a day? 1 a day, because I only have a few sphere. In fact, you know what? After I've decided I'm going to do handwritten notes, I'm going to say, well, who am I sending them out to? It sounds like I've got to categorize and specify who this is going out to. So step number 1, we're going to be sending out handwritten notes. How many a day? 1 or 2. And then who is it going out to? Specifically, who, right? And more importantly, what time, what days are you going to write these down? Every day, 8 a.m. for 10 minutes? You got 2 out, boom, done. Or every other day, you're going to do 3, you're going to do 4. Those are the 3 action steps out. Once that's done, you're going to put it into your calendar. Great. Now we know what time, what day, why, how, all of those answers. Done. Now we're going to the next one. Social media. What does social look like? Well, what's my strength? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, what? Where am I showing up? What am I going to do? Well, Let's go with Facebook. Let's say it's Facebook. Now you have a plan. Facebook is going to be where you attack daily. What are you going to do? Well, Facebook is about creating and it's about engaging, but I would challenge you that it's probably more about engaging for you. So it's going to be Facebook. I need to choose the platform I'm going to go on, right? So now that I've chosen it, what I'm going to do on Facebook daily, probably LCM. So number one, Facebook LCM, like, comment, message every day, 20 minutes. What time? Well, let's do 8:30 a.m. because now it's a prospecting thing. 8:30 a.m. to 8:50 daily. Great. LCM. That's one. Number two, now that we're on Facebook. Number two, what type of content am I creating daily? Am I going to be posting daily? Every other day? Is it going to be a short video? Is it going to alternate? Be some words? Be a picture? Be video? What? What is it going to be? Let's get that down. In fact, if I don't know, I'm going to apply some time and be like, hey, Thursday at 11 a.m., I'm going to take some time to outline what this is going to look like and then take it to somebody that does social media well and ask them, hey, is this good? Should I be doing this? What can I do better? So time to plan your social media strategy. Thursday at 11, let's just say, right? So you've got LCM daily. Next, plan the social media strategy for content creation, right? And number three, I'm going to challenge you to start using stories and be like, let's take people through the day. Show them what we're doing. I'm on a webinar. I'm learning about this. I'm walking over here, going to show property. I'm in this area. I'm door knocking. I'm at an open house. Take people through your day, right? That would be all three for social media. So now you've got Sphere. You've got social media. And then you've got open houses. I'm like, open houses? Okay, well, we know open houses in most areas right now are doing well. So my plan under open houses would be three things. What are they? Well, let's find an open house we can do. How are we going to do that? I'm going to reach out to, if your brokerage allows it, let's just say they do. If my brokerage allows it, reach out to properties that have been vacant for a while with an out-of-area agent. Reach out to them. Hey, I want to do an open house every Monday at 10 a.m. You're going to reach out to 5 or 6 that are vacant. See if you can plan one out for Saturday or Sunday. Great. That's one. Number two, once I find it, what am I going to do? Well, what's the plan? Once you've got an open house going, chances are high that people close to that house are also thinking of selling because one or two pop up around the block or in the neighborhood. So why not door knock them? Tristan, I hate door knocking. Okay. Why not call them? Tristan, I hate calling. Well, what do you like to do? Because you're in debt and you have taxes that you need to pay for. So you've got to do something. So let's go and call instead. Okay, Tristan, well, where do I get my numbers? Well, listen, I'm not going to have you spend more money. Reach out to your title company. They usually have numbers. And if they don't, then I'm going to say, hey, why don't you go door knock and let them know that you're having an open house. Go 20 across, 10 to the side, 10 to the other side. You're done. Okay, got that. Now prepare for the open house. Make sure that you've outlined where the signs are going. You've got your sheet that you're going to walk around with people to check them in. If that's what you do, that's what I do, right? Or you've got your iPad where you're going to have them check in, and you've got the follow-up process for once you get their information at the end of the open house, when you're closing down, when you're picking up the signs. By the way, picking up signs and putting them up, the worst part of open houses. I hate it. But once you're done, what's your plan for follow-up? What does this look like? Do you have one? Well, now you do. You're going to be following up, texting, and calling, making sure that you have the right property search for who you're about to help out. What happens with most open house clients is that nobody follows up with them and they end up buying, and not with you. So this is the plan. This is my heart-to-heart with you. You've got to be very specific about what you're going to do next to actually make it work. You need clarity here. And this whole thing, the process, the thing that I call the process, is something that is continually changing. It's alive. That means you're going to cross out one of those actions once you're completely done. And you're like, what can I replace it with for each one? And then it grows with you through the year. That's what I need you to do. We'll talk again.